and I wanted to see the URL that is actually loaded at that point of time. So you will be finding session with replay. Okay, so what is that meaning? Any activity that you are trying to see in Dynatrace, I mean, you capture the data, but you wanted to see what happened during the time period. Look at here, you need to turn on this activity. Okay, so if you are clicking on that, that will go to the settings page of that particular application. There you can enable the session replay. Okay, so you can save this thing, and post which any activity that you are doing. Okay, that will capture as a video. Okay, session video. Okay, so that time if you are clicking that one, okay, you will find a video of activity that you performed during the time period. Okay, say you are doing something in the application. Okay, example, you are logging in, you are selecting certain activity. So this activity will be exactly captured in that session replay, so that example you are getting some error, or you are getting some high response time, or the issue that you are debugging. That time you wanted to see what activity that you performed. Okay, so that time you can use this session replay option, so that it will exactly show you the video of what you performed at that moment of time. Video of what you performed that moment of time. So that is the capability available in Dynatrace. Okay, so which means that under your application level. Okay, under your application level you can do that, or session replay. Okay, you can click on this session replay, which is a separate label, right? So right now any session is not recorded like that, it is saying, but or else I'll say last 7 days. Yeah, okay, I think now only we enabled it. So so now going forward, after you enabled the session replay option, okay, you need to do certain activity, and post which all your traffic will come under this. Okay, probably we may need to wait for some time. Okay, then the session replay will happen. Okay, so session re session replay in Dynatrace. Okay, so it'll come. Just a minute, I will show you. So is this the one? No. Okay, maybe I'll, will go here. There is topic called session segmentation. Okay, don't worry. Just for understanding purpose, we are looking into session segmentation session. If I'm going, okay, there I'm clicking on particular user session. Any particular user session that I'm clicking. Okay, so look at here, the second tab is actually user session. Yeah. So look at here, guys. If I play this video, it will play whatever the activity that I performed during the time period. Okay, this is what I'm trying to explain. Okay, so look at here, straight away it is actually showing whatever the activity that are performed in that particular time period. That is a session replay means. Okay, session replay means. Okay, so you need to understand this is actually belongs to what application, and straight away you can see the session replay. So this session replay will help you to understand, okay, out of the total activity that we performed, what specific activity that we performed at that moment of time. To see that, you are going there and then you are checking the session replay video. It will help you to understand what are all the individual user actions that we performed. Okay, so this is actually the session replay means. Okay, session replay means you need to enable it. That is first. Okay, without that it is not going to capture. So you need to enable the session replay, and then when you are performing the user actions, I mean any activity in the browser, that activity will be captured as a session like that. So that session you can replay and then see what activity that you perform. Okay, so actually the next topic itself, the session segmentation only. Okay, session segmentation is nothing but your actually the session segmentation earlier name is actually user session. Now only in the recent time they changed the name to session segmentation and all. They changed the name to session segmentation. Earlier they had the name as user session. Look at here, the internal label is still user session only. Okay, maybe in the recent times they changed the name to session segmentation. Okay, so what is this user session is actually?
Sarvana,
Okay,
uh, hi Sarvana, Karthi here.
y-
Just a
yes,
question, Sarvana. In the
yeah, yeah.
extensions which we had seen last 2 days back, right? In the extension, if you had some browser extensions where you pass our
Hmm.
URL, in that one we also have one thing displayed as session replay resource capture. So, what is that one? Are they same or different?
See, they are. I think they are going to implement that, but it is in the early stage. Looks like they did not implement it completely yet.
Okay.
Okay. See, in Dynatrace, whatever they do, they put the word called early adapter. Okay, I'm not in this context, but generally I'm saying early adapter. Okay, that early adapter is nothing but that is there in the pilot stage or the demo stage. Okay, so wherever you see early adapter word in Dynatrace documentation, which is not completely available, that is okay. Okay, okay. So coming back to this discussion, so session segmentation is nothing but what they are doing, they are capturing there are total session details are there. In that they are capturing uh, s- uh, segment of information, a portion of information. Okay, segment of information or portion of information. So that is you are saying like session segmentation. Okay, so just a minute, I'll open the documentation also. Session segmentation. Okay, session segmentation. Okay. Um, so yeah. So effective user session segmentation is a key to understand how individual users who shares common characteristics experience. A user session, okay, this is what I told you, session segmentation, right? So the user session, also called a visit, journey, or click path, is any interaction between an individual user device and your application. So user session, they are doing a visit or they are performing a journey and they are doing some kind of a click path. Okay. Basically, what they are saying, it is a sequence of user action performed by the same user in your application during a limited period of time. Okay, so each user session include at least one user action. Okay, user session is nothing but multiple user action. They are saying at least one user action will be there. That is what they are saying. So this user session, okay, the user session, I told you right, visit, journey, and click path like that. They are saying right. In Dynatrace, what they are doing, look at here, they are providing certain conditions. Okay, please, I'll copy paste this link in the chat. Okay, I'll copy paste this link in the chat. In this particular place, probably one certification question or one interview question will come. Okay, please note down in this particular section what they are saying, how individual user session is actually computed or measured. Okay, a particular user session is actually how it is actually measured. So example, what they are saying, if it is a web application, after 35 minutes of a browser inactivity, after 35 minutes of a browser inactivity. So what they are saying, so 35 minutes if your browser is actually inactive, then that previous activity is actually called as one user session. Okay, that previous activity is actually called as one user session. Similarly, when the user closes their browser is, which means that prior to that, whatever the activity that is actually performed, that is actually a user session. And when the session duration reaches 8 hours, when the session duration reaches 8 hours, so that also considered to be one user session. And when the session is actually ended via, there is a API, I told you, right? The REST API concept. So there is a REST API available if the session is actually ended via the REST API. So these are the conditions in which you are considering that is actually a one user session. One user session. There is a class. Look at here. When the user closes their browser, there is a class available. What they are saying, a user session remains live in the Dynatrace web UI for up to 35 minutes after the user closes the browser. Okay, even after the session closes, they'll wait for 35 minutes, then only they'll consider that as a one user session. And similarly, once a user session has about 200 user actions, a new user session is actually created and all subsequent user actions are included in the new user session. This is a note, this is a note that they are providing, so which means that this also we need to understand it. So I told you 35 minutes when the user closes the browser, when the session duration reaches 8 hours, and then you are running through REST API, all these are actually considered as one user session. Don't only, you are not going to do anything, you are not going to do anything, this is just a theoretical understanding. During interview, if somebody is asking how one user session is actually calculated in Dynatrace, means you can explain for web application this is how they are calculating. Or during the certification exam, what they will do, they'll put option A, option B, option C, option D. In that you can select what are all the options that are relevant to web application, so that you are saying like for these reasons your user session is actually calculated like that. Similarly, for web application they are giving a set of criteria, for custom application they are giving set of criteria. Okay, so mobile application, they are saying 10 minutes inactivity itself, and user duration is 6 hours. And when the user or mobile operating system closes forcefully, and when the session ended via Dynatrace API. Okay, when the data privacy setting somewhere you are changing, or when a crash occurs. So under these conditions they are saying one user session. For your custom application, 10 minutes of inactivity, which is 10 minutes after the last custom action created, and when the session duration reaches 6 hours, ending via API, and there is a crash happen. So they are giving this criteria for custom application. So if you are going through these tabs and remember, okay, under what criteria your user session is actually calculated during certification exam, you can answer to that question. Okay, so which means that what under these criteria, whatever that is actually mentioned, under these criteria only, here the user session is actually listed, guys. Okay, so last 30 minutes it is showing this much, means last 24 hours if you see, the other details would be there, and if it is a live session or closed session, that information will also be there. So out of your total activity that that you performed, there are user sessions that are captured. Okay, and why that user session is actually captured,
Sarvan,
because that, yes,
hello, Sarvan.
yes, Yes,
I
Abdul.
think someone is not muted his mic and nose buzzing sound is coming because in the recorded videos also its sounds comes actually, and it's so
Oh,
annoying actually. While am I audible?
yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. So, Karthi, you can ask your question, Karthi.
Sir, we are talking about user sessions. Okay, suppose multi-users are accessing the same application. I can look at the how my application is performing. So under the main applications tab, when you're looking at the data analysis of how the user is performing, how can I identify? For example, you just saw like Chrome browser, Edge browser, all those. Suppose some 10 browsers are being used by the Chrome and 10 users using Edge browser. So user able to identify at the data analysis level, like it will show like user by user, or I need to drill down to that browser and then look at all the at the user level, which user has done which action. I have to drill down at a granular level.
See, that you can do it in this user session itself. User session itself, you can do that. But application monitoring is a holistic only. Okay, holistically how it is actually used. And if you remember, I showed you that second tab under the front end, right? The front end application, that second one I told you, that business related informations like that, right? So there you can look the, I mean, there, that is the only place you will see the user level details and all. If you click this, they'll say how many are returning users, how many are new users. So this is a place you can see that information. But other than that, that individual user level details, you will not find it. But you can
We
see
cannot
the,
find.
yeah, yeah.
So suppose
We can.
user one try to log into the system at the same at 8 o'clock. User two just trying to access to one some of the particular navigation in the page. So if at the time the application performance is getting very slow. So will I be able to see at the same time in that data analysis at this specific time, user one is trying to log into the this browser and user two is just trying to do some navigation. Is it possible to see like this level, or
No, no. I will ask this question. Why you require that one? User one, user two, and all.
because
The
at
end
the
of the
same
day,
point
for
of
you, end of the
tell
day,
me.
who is actually performing bad? You wanted to understand that you are going to get it. Why you wanted to specifically say you did wrong, you did right, and all, right? So see,
No, at a
this tool.
particular point of time, my load is more. At that point
That's
of
what.
time, my application is not
That's,
performing.
see, this tool is for identifying the issues.
Okay.
Okay, so any user they are accessing it, your objective is you are going to do identification of root cause of any particular issue. Answer to your question, you can go to session segmentation and then validate that. Okay, session
Mm.
segmentation, obviously it is actually categorized under sessions, right? You can validate
Mm.
that. So so you can go to a particular user session, and it is actually the identifier for one of the user only. Okay, that particular
Uh,
real user identifier. And then you can find whatever the metric that are there. Say example, how much session, what ID, user, which application they handled, is there any error, what operating system that end user used, what screen resolution that end user used, what browser that end user used, which location that end user is accessing, what IP address they are having, this service provider, and then you are data is actually monitored or do not track information that is there or what. This is actually something newly, I think they added this label. This service provider is internet service provider. Okay, so and as I mentioned, when the single user you are talking about, right, that single user, what are all the page navigation that they did it, right, from landing page and then moving to the catalog, how they are navigating, right, that information is actually available under this session segmentation. And that individual user you told, right, that individual user, any page they are taking too much of time or what, that you can check it. Anytime they are receiving error or what, that you can check it. AppDex rating is actually good or bad or what, like that you can go to individual URL level and then validate it. Okay, Karthik?
Why is the business part, Saravanan? You told like another thing, right? Which is business people
that is
pick up, right?
that is only going to get the count of it, how many new user, returning user they are coming, right, that you are going to get it.
Why is the navigation, if you don't mind?
No, that is, no, that is your front end tab.
Uh,
This is a user behavior, no, this particular session. Okay, if you are expanding this side to this side, user behavior will be like. So coming back to session segmentation. Okay, so here the timeline view is also there, and then your session replay is also there. Session replay, I told you just now, you wanted to see video version of whatever you performed. Timeline view is nothing but over the period what are all the URL that are loaded, and individually you can do the analysis. How to do the analysis? Example, this is actually 957 millisecond only. Don't worry, it is not high, but I consider that is actually high, means I can expand this. Okay, inside that your waterfall analysis will be there. And as I told you in the real user monitoring topic, I mean front end monitoring topic, I told you, right, so you can go there, see the findings provided by Dynatrace, and then individual URL level, which is actually taking time, and then this navigation things and all, like actually which call is actually taking too much time at which layer, that also you can look into. So this normal way you can do the front end monitoring, there also you are checking the waterfall analysis, and then under the session segmentation also you are having the option to do the waterfall analysis. Okay, both the things you can do it. Similarly, under the front end tab, when you are monitoring a individual application, right, say like this is our application. Here you can look at it, analyze user session. So if you are clicking this button, the same thing you are going to get it, but particularly this application data alone. That is the reason, if you look at it, it is actually filtered with our application name, because you navigated from front end tab to here. You navigated from front end tab to here, and that is the reason you are getting only that particular information. But if you are directly coming to session segmentation tab, all data will be coming because there is no filtering. But when you are coming from front end tab, there will be a filtering. That is a difference. Other than that, anything that you wanted to investigate, click on that particular session, and there you will find session duration and the real user identifier, and then what application name, whether the AppDex rating is satisfied or not, satisfied, tolerated, frustrated, all the informations about the user is actually there. And then timeline view is there, video view is also there. That is what your session segmentation. In a holistic way you are having lot of data, but in a granular way you wanted to get the data, right? So that is what you are getting it in the session segmentation, guys. Okay.
Hello, hello, Saban.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
actually,
Ajay.
you are showing. Actually, you are showing the real user monitoring on the basis of the user session. So, can we see the page wise? Means the particular page which means user is accessing this.
No, that is what anyways you are going to get it in the URL level, right? That is what I showed in the yesterday session. When you are filtering that, just a minute, I'll show you. So if I go here, if I scroll down, look at here, top three pages. Okay, there you are going to click on view all group of information, and there you are going to do, these are the page groups that are there, and then click on the particular URL. There you will see all the information. Yesterday I showed this, right?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So this is about your session segmentation. Okay. So during our demo session, if you
So,
remember, I showed you.
so Shravan, actually,
Yes.
these all are, I mean, the facilities what we are getting in the Dynatrace is something depend upon the license part, or it's a by default, you can say like the options we get while taking the Dynatrace license or something. So it's like it's a different license, or it's altogether a bundled one.
So this is what I think in the initial session I was showing, right? If you remember, if you remember this image, okay. So this is what the image I
Mm-hmm.
showed, if you remember. Okay. So infrastructure monitoring is one, full stack is one, full stack plus digital experience monitoring is one license. Okay. So obviously your session replay, these things are coming with this digital experience monitoring license only. So with that only you can work. Okay, so if you really wanted to see the details of it, so Dynatrace licensing. Okay, so Dynatrace licensing. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, sorry. So if I go to their, yeah, subscription and licensing and pricing. Okay, so this is what the licensing details basically. Okay, you have a Dynatrace platform subscription and then classical license, because they are they changed certain things in the recent times days. Okay, so get to know the life cycle of Dynatrace SaaS and managed license. So here they are providing kind of a adaptive licensing model. I mean, those who are existing clients and those who are new clients, right? So for them, so if you had early access to this DPS licensing prior to April 2003, you need to have separate model, and those who are now, they are going to have it. Okay, if you have Dynatrace classic licensing agreement, you have to go through this like that. So every licensing internally, they are maintaining subcategories. I mean, host level you wanted to do, security level, digital experience level, log level, grail level, automation level, like that. They are providing some subcategory also. But when you are going for the licensing model, they are providing full stack monitoring means how much cost, infrastructure monitoring means how much cost, security means how much cost, like that they are giving separately. Okay, but this is something that they newly provided it, which means that whether you wanted to go with a new subscription or a classic subscription, like that they are maintaining it. Okay, so maybe I'll copy paste both the link. If you
Okay.
wish, you can go through that. So coming back, so in our during our demo session, I told you a new concept. Okay, called what is that, observability. Okay, observability. So I told, the latest
Mm-hmm.
buzzword in the latest buzzword in the market is actually this, observability. Everybody, they are talking about observability. Even chaos engineering, or site reliability engineering, like that, everybody is talking nowadays. Even any job role that you are discussing now, the trend is actually people are talking about observability like that. So inline to observability, I mean, yes, there is a buzzword in the market which is actually observability. So what Dynatrace did, we are also Dynatrace also claiming that they are observability platform. They are having a observability platform. So earlier, what happened? Metrics logs trace. Okay, metrics logs trace. That is a, thing. Three pillars. They call that as three pillars of observability. But now they added events also. Metrics events logs trace. Metrics events logs trace. Okay, so melt. Okay, metrics events logs trace. So in that, Dynatrace claiming, yes, almost we are having all the capability in our platform. I mean, see, actually saying earlier also those capabilities are there. I'm using this Dynatrace for a long time, but inline to the current context, they changed a certain label and they are saying, yes, we have the capability. Okay, so so in that way, that metrics topic comes into. Okay, I mean, during this conversion, right, this people are moving it to observability concept, right? So that is the reason now they added this metrics tab separately in Dynatrace. Okay, in Dynatrace, earlier, yes, the metrics was there. The metrics is actually measured regularly only, but now they are putting that under the separate tab itself. Okay, so if I go there under the apps, so if you look at it, metrics is there. Okay, so what is this metric is all about? Metrics, they are capturing, okay, under different criteria. Okay, under different criteria that they are capturing it, but it is all captured and available. So what they are saying, how Dynatrace they are differentiating these things, say like, so as I told you, they are claiming that they are observability platform. So that is the reason they are having that as a separate tab as such. And what they are saying, in Dynatrace, various types of the Dynatrace, various types of metrics that they are doing. One is built-in metrics, built-in. So provided by one agent. The word built-in will be prefixed. Okay, if I now show you the Dynatrace screen, look at here. There are built-in word is actually appended, prefixed. So which means that those are the inbuilt capability of Dynatrace one agent. Whatever the Dynatrace one agent is actually capturing, that will be comes under built-in capabilities. And log metrics automatically ingested in the Grail. Okay, so this so this is also something that they newly implemented, I would say. Okay, I mean, even it is not completely available. What they are saying, Grail is fundamentally enhancing the technical core of the Dynatrace software intelligence platform. With the multi-cloud and cloud-native architecture, the volume of data and complexity of application environment and dependencies between their components are exploding. So this is something they are working on, or I would say about to complete this capability. So what they are saying, Grail is a new data lakehouse technology for boundless observability, security, and business analytics. So basically, they are doing something to do with this kind of cloud capability. Okay, So with the multi-cloud and cloud-native architecture, the volume of data and the complexity of application environment dependencies between all are exploding. Grail provides an effective way to store and query data in context to get immediate insights and drive automation. Okay, so it is a option that they are bringing in, where you are having a lot of data stored and how to pull in the data very quickly. Okay, it will revolutionize data analytics and management by unifying observability data as well as security and business data, and delivering instant and cost effective AI powered answers and automation for SREs, DevOps, operation teams, apps teams, and securities. Grail powers log analytics and management. So basically, the log details that you are getting it, accelerating log analysis by up to 100x for complex use cases by making storage tier and reiteration as well as re-indexing exercise obsolete. So which means that this is something that they are bringing into picture because they wanted to achieve certain things quickly. This data filtering or data analysis, that is the reason they are bringing this concept of grail. Okay, grail into picture. Okay, so what they are saying, that log metric things also they are bringing into concept. For that, log dot will be there. If anything comes into log dot, then it is actually related to grail or log management related things. Similarly, something which is actually coming from the extension level, ext will be there. And something you calculated and you created, that is actually calc will be there. And usql custom metrics are you create. Okay, the user session custom metric. Okay, or user action custom metric. Okay, so these metrics will have uscm or uacm, like that. Okay, and then custom metrics you can feed to Dynatrace via metric ingestion. I told you, right? External way you are trying to ingest it, they don't have any prefix. Okay, so this is something that you need to basically understand. The metric, yes, the list of metrics that is actually going to be available, but there is an extension for each metric built in, log, external, calculated, uscm and uacm, like that it is all available. So those list only here it is showing. Okay, just for, so this also you are not doing anything, just for understanding purpose I told you the metrics that is actually coming in, right? These metrics, anything that you wanted to see. Okay, so particularly you wanted to example I'm saying, like response time I filtered, right? So look at here, there are client side response time, normal response time, all those things are actually server side response time, like that it is actually there. So anything that you wanted to investigate means you can expand that, and inside that, information about that particular things will be there. So they're saying, yeah, what is your response time detail, what services, all those things would be there. So if you are clicking on create chart, it will go to a section called data explorer. That is a separate topic, don't worry. When you are clicking on create chart, it will come here. There you, it will display this information. If you really wanted to see this in your dashboards, you can pin to the dashboard. There is an option available. Okay, there is an option available to pin to the dashboard. Or you wanted to particularly export this information in csv format, that option is also available. So basically this metrics tab, any information that you wanted to see, uh, uh, whether it is a built-in metric or whatever the metric you wanted to see, you can see that information. Okay, say like you are expanding it, and inside that you are validating that information, and that information you wanted to put it in the dashboard level means that option you can click a create chart option and then go there and then do that. Okay, that's what I told you. These informations are anyway separately also available, but since because they wanted to make it inline to observability concept. What is observability concept? I told you, right? Metrics, events, logs, trace, you have to validate it. So metrics tab they separately added. This is actually kind of a newly added capability. I mean recently will only they added this capability. So here you are going to see the list, the entire list. In this case they are saying 315 matrices that are there. The entire list will be there, and anything that you wanted to do, anything that you wanted to investigate, you can expand and then see the details of each and everything. And this information that you wanted to be part of your dashboards means, I mean individual metric, that you can click and create a chart, and then that will be pinned to the dashboard. You can pin to the dashboard, that straight away will display it in your dashboard. Okay, so nothing specifically you are going to see here. It is something that individual metric level, your response time level or any error level that you wanted to do, that metric is actually separately captured, and that information you can check it here. Okay, so you can browse all your matrices that are available um, in your Dynatrace. Okay, that is the
So,
metrics logic. Yes.
Shravan, just I want to
Yes.
know that see if there is a multiple team involved and they wanted to have a look on this all these topics. It's like I'm talking in terms of having the because I don't think so. Dynatrace is having a reporting capability. I mean, for reporting purpose, how we can use it. Let's suppose we want to provide these dashboard access directly. So how we can do that? I mean,
You see,
is there any topic available on this
yeah,
specific
yeah,
or
yeah. Share dashboard. I'll show you, Sandeep.
okay? And is there any reporting kind of segment is also present in the Dynatrace or
Earlier,
it's kind of dashboard only?
earlier it was there. They removed recently. Instead, they are
Hmm.
providing kind of a export option. Through that, you can take the report and share it to the end user. I'll
Okay,
show you. I'll show
and
you.
how we can ex yeah,
I'll show
and
you.
how we can yeah sure and how we can export the device. I mean, let's suppose we have thousands of servers we are monitoring. So how we can export all the devices list or something in a one way and I mean, in case if it is required from the client side to check or something, how many devices are getting monitored, or they need a report or something. So how we can extract it in a one way.
Device in the sense like what you're referring here.
I mean, devices. I'm referring to hosts. I mean, how many hosts are getting monitored through Dynatrace?
So that's what in the dashboard session you will see that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. So Monish, you can ask your question, Monish.
So, Savana, like in this metric section, we gave response time, no? So, this
Hmm.
response time is the session response time, or it is the individual response time, like for each URL or each click?
This is a see in this case there is no filtration, right? It is a holistic response time. Okay, on an
Okay.
average, all the services how much time it is actually taking. But individually, if you wanted to go, you need to go to the services tab or your front end tab, and then you have to do that.
Yeah.
This is what I mentioned, guys. Early adapter. If you look at the word early adapter, so that's what I'm trying to say. This is not completely done. It's actually there in the early adapter. That is the reason maybe the more interaction and all, it is right now it is not available. It is just a viewing of metric and then creating a chart. Just that is what is right now available. Probably in the near future they'll make it more interactive. More data can be you can analyze. That is what their intention may be, but right now it is too early with the implementation. Okay, and whatever you
Okay.
are seeing right now, it is actually a holistic service level, holistic client level. There is no segregation happened, Manish. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So now I told you the concept of observability. That is the reason people are using these things and all, right? Similarly, there is one more concept also nowadays. Uh, People are talking much, which is actually SRE, site reliability engineering. Okay, so yes, in many organization the production support team guys are actually they are converting their job role to SRE. but at least you should know fundamentals of SRE, what SRE basically doing, kind of, right? So what Dynatrace they are claiming in SRE, in SRE role, there is a concept called SLO SLI definition and all. Dynatrace they are saying yes, we are also having the capability to uh, check or define your SLO, service level objective, service level objective. Even we are also having the capability like that. They are claiming. Okay, so that capability is actually available in Dynatrace. You can go here. This is service level objective. Okay, service level objective. Okay, so service level objective. Okay, first of all, I would say SL, I would say you guys would have heard about SLA only mostly. Yes, service level agreement. Service level agreement. Okay, so agreement. Yes, you should not go beyond certain value. That is the understanding, right? Everybody will have it. So the list of defined service level objective within a Dynatrace monitoring environment shows importance such as current status, error budget, burn rate, sorry, okay, burn rate, target, warning, number of open problems out of the total number of problems for the SLO entries. So this is the label that are available over there. Okay, basically this SLO configuration why we are doing, say like you are in a business level, there is some data that you are having. Okay, so in your target, your customer is actually saying a target, and how this SLO you are going to define it, and inside that SLI, service level indicators, that is actually going to indicate whether you performed good or performed bad, right? In Dynatrace everything is actually everything is actually a indicator, whatever the metric that are there, right? That is all is actually called as indicators. Okay, so SLO is a kind of next layer. Okay, um, yeah, if I go here, yeah, service level indicators. Service level indicators means the indicator used to measure the successful service delivery. SLE typically refers to metrics such as service success rate, crash free mobile app user, successful synthetic test run, or response time. So what they are saying, individually these are indicators. That indicators is actually going to say, yeah, yeah, you are doing good. You are doing good or you are doing bad. Both the things can be analyzed at what point of time. The indicator has to work fine. So indicator can be a success criteria or a failure criteria. So they are saying service level indicators is actually kind of a subset, and through which only you are going to say your SLO is actually doing good. Okay, so once the SRE team has selected a collection of indicator metric, what remains is to define and monitor the operational goal within a service level objective. Okay, so service level indicator is something that is a granular level, I told you. So service level objective is your total objective. That is the reason your business is actually running, means that's where your objective concept is actually comes into picture. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll stop till here. Okay, in tomorrow session maybe I'll again starts with objective definition, and then we'll move on. Okay, so with this we'll complete our session for today.
Yeah, Sarvana.
Yeah, Soumya,
Sarvana, this is Soumya. Okay, actually, I have gone
you
through your
messaged me.
recording.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, correct. So that when in Dynatrace, when we are clicking this deploy one agent, right?
Hmm.
Can you go to that? Okay. In your screen, can you go to that page? Okay.
Yeah, you tell me, I'll go.
So below, like you have given your host name as Sarvana Srini. And global monitoring should come as enable, you have told me. I mean, told in the session. Okay. So for me, that
Where
force me
which place you
go
are saying?
down. Down.
Which place you are saying?
Click on that show deploy status, right? Uh,
Okay.
okay. But
If you
previously
toggle
when you were,
if you toggle this point, it will
uh,
show you.
actually for you it is showing, but in my case, if I toggle or not, both the cases here there is no data. So how
No, if
to
you
get
toggle it will
data?
no, if you toggle
Hmm.
it will come definitely. If not, your installation is not successful.
No, I I did it actually. I toggled and tried.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Yeah. What I will do, I'll ask my team to connect with you.
Hmm.
They will check this issue, Soumya. Okay.
Okay. Because until this is resolved, I have gone through the next day 5 video. So that day
Yeah,
5 video is continuation of this. Okay. So
yeah,
if
yeah.
I
That's what.
get this, so
That's
I
what.
definitely
Maybe
need to.
somewhere there is something missing. I'll ask my team
Hmm.
to touch base with you. They'll resolve it. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, Soumya.
If
Sure. Thank you.
possible, can we do it today?
Yeah. Today only I'm saying. Today only they'll connect
Ah,
with you.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Stefan. Hmm.
Okay. Thanks for joining
Shravan,
and have a
one
nice day.
question. Hello.
Yeah, Harsh. Yeah, Harsh.
Shravan, just one thing. There is one page. I mean, you might have shared earlier. Also, there is one
Your
page right
voice,
from
your
where
voice
you
is break.
take all the.
Your your voice is breaking, Harsh.
Is it audible now?
No.
Uh, Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
Shravan, just one thing. So there is one particular top. You have a page from where you teach everything. Okay, can you share that link of that page? Isha Training Solutions, Isha Training something like that.
this website you are saying.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is. I
yeah,
know you have shared, but still, can you share?
I pasted in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
guys. Yeah.